Nurses and healthcare professionals picketed outside the Massachusetts Executive Office of Health and Human Services this afternoon. The group says they are advocating for a contract that will allow them to provide the quality care patients deserve.
We're not going to take it. We're going to stand up and take our hospital back in the city of Haverhill, Massachusetts. You rock it! Thank you for
coming! Stop the union busting. Let's move ahead with this vote so the Framingham Union nurses can take their place in the Massachusetts Nurses Association and join the 25,000 nurses and healthcare professionals who fight every day for our patients, our families, and our communities.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You really are a heel. You're as cuddly as a cactus, you're as charming as an eel, Mr. Grinch. You're a bad banana with a greasy black peel.
This complaint filed by the Massachusetts Nurses Association to the Joint Commission, but I gotta tell you, the story that really stuck out to me was about a patient who was fully dilated, pushing for 5 hours, and then put on hold for a C-section because of what they call here as inappropriate staffing levels. And this is just one of the hundreds of stories that prompted nurses here at St. Vincent Hospital to call for help.
We know what we feel in there. It's psychological abuse when you walk into that building as far as being a staff nurse.
Staff nurse Marlena Pellegrino co-chairs the local bargaining unit with the Massachusetts Nurses Association, and the petition she carried, signed by more than 85% of the hospital's nurses, calls for immediate steps to protect patients and nurses from what the union characterizes as dangerous conditions and a punitive management culture.
Nurses who are out of a job have brought forth a lawsuit against St. Vincent Hospital and their parent company, Tenet Healthcare.
The nurses union says prior to the suit, nurses had spent several months documenting and reporting issues surrounding conditions and staffing at the hospital. More than 600 official reports were made in the last 6 months to hospital leadership. The suit comes more than a week after a state investigation at St. Vincent Hospital went public after nurses filed complaints about care.
Hospital operator Stewart Health discussing a deal to sell its network of doctors in Massachusetts. The struggling company is trying to address its financial concerns. Today, Senator Ed Markey weighed in.
We have to make sure that United Health / Optum is not allowed to purchase any part of the system that isn't guaranteed to further strengthen support the system rather than undermining it.
Many of Stewart's hospitals are in vulnerable areas, so community healthcare centers are preparing to pick up the pieces that could fall from this potential deal.
A community raising its voice to protect a local hospital.
A community the size of Taunton, 60,000 people, has to have a community hospital.
This is the first of 7 rallies planned this week in communities with Stewart-owned hospitals.
Stewart Healthcare is facing a financial deadline as lenders look to see if their finances are shored up. Demonstrations like this one yesterday near St. Elizabeth's Hospital have been held all week at Stewart facilities across the state.
I get it. I don't want to help Stewart. I would spit down their throat if their guts were on fire. But this is not.
I hope your ice cream melts. And to the Stewart Healthcare executives who caused this program, let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. And for the rest of you,
never give up, never surrender.
Stewart's greed has put lives at risk, and their action is going to kill people. And it's left a complete hole in our community that, despite the warnings and pleas, nothing's been done to stop them. They have unchecked greed across the board, and it's not just a business failure, it's a human tragedy waiting to happen in our region.
Thank you very much, Ms. Speaker.
When a patient becomes less well or they die because the resources that they need were unavailable, that's greed.
Thank you for telling the American people what has been going on with Stewart Healthcare. And our pledge to you, and I think I speak for Senator Cassidy, is, well, we are going to pursue this. This is not the last discussion of this.
A new survey from the Massachusetts Nurses Association found that 20% of Massachusetts-based nurses plan to leave the field in 2 years or less. The 3 most common complaints include deteriorating quality of care delivered in hospitals, understaffing, and low pay.
Patients are going to be lying in bed, they're not going to get out of bed, medications might be late.
You guys are a team. You're one big team.
A powerful pep talk from a world great. U.S. Women's National Team legend Christine Lilly speaking at the Massachusetts State House as nurses from the Massachusetts Nurses Association come together for a day of advocacy.
Wednesday, registered nurses represented by the Massachusetts Nurses Association entered Bay State Noble Hospital. We're told key issues at hand include staffing, staff retention, and pay.
Our hope is to be compensated. That is key to patient safety.
Thousands of nurses just voted to go on strike here at Brigham and Women's Hospital.
We're chronically short-staffed. We don't have the proper equipment needed to take care of our sick patients.
Breaking news, nurses at Brigham and Women's Faulkner Hospital voted to authorize a strike.
Dan Reck has been a nurse at Brigham and Women's Faulkner Hospital for more than 30 years. Tonight, he voted in favor of a one-day strike. 99% of nurses here did too.
Nurses at Bay State Noble Hospital in Westfield are fighting for better pay and safer working conditions. Today, nurses for the Massachusetts Nurses Association held an informational picket outside the hospital, urging executives to settle a fair contract and ensure safe patient care.
We love this hospital. We started when it was a community hospital, close-knit, kind of family-oriented. We need more money, just to put it bluntly.